So the massive question from here is, what is your growth engine? Because that is what means scalable. So scalable means your revenues and your profit is going to grow faster than your costs, obviously. So 3 keys to build a growth engine, and we'll talk about the models. I don't like to present models first and then talk about them. I like to talk about the principles that then are used to build a model. So the first one is, it all starts with love. What does this mean? It means focus on your customers. The first step for growth is focus on your customers. Always. Never think about the immense market out there. It's very attractive, but my customers is what's going to make me grow because of 3 things, and we'll explain them. So first of all, if your customers are not successful in whatever they're doing, you're not going to survive. Cliche, you well know that. Second, less cliche, customer marketing. Your customers need to understand the value that you're bringing to them every day. The second bit is, those guys are the guys that are going to make you grow. And this is about network effects. This is really important for platforms. For platforms, the network effect is what's going to make the company grow. If you buy growth on networks, platforms and networks just doesn't work. And the final thing, and this is probably the hardest, your customers are going to be your source of growth because they're going to deliver the customer insights that allow you to grow. Is my product working well? Not. What other features could it have? How much is it worth for you? How much worse would your life be if you wouldn't have it? What took you to install our product? What advice would you give to us for us to make our products better and or to sell it more to other people like you? If your customers really value your product, this is how they're going to help you. So if you focus on your customers, you're going to get your customers are going to be happier, therefore they're going to be extracting more value. You're going to be able to sell more to them, whatever that is, and are going to give you information that is going to enable you to grow. So those 3 things are key for you to start your growth engine. So then this information goes up to the top. We have that gazillions market that we all mentioned. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a venture. Great. How are we going to go out there? And we have 2 options. Either we have a compass and we know who we're going to try to get into, sell whatever we're selling, or we're going to go blind and just spray over the market and try to get something and see what happens. So this is normally the first stage. You go out there, as we were saying, you manage to make a sale to people you don't know. So you manage to make a sale to this guys, whomever they are, but you acquire them as customers and you're now able to leverage something called customer data, which then allows you to have real customer personas, not the marketing customer personas from your first deck, who you imagined that you're going to be selling to, but actually the real people that actually really installed your product that you don't know about and you need to find out who they are. So these real customer personas are going to be found in the middle there, and then what you have now is a target. So you now have a way to find who these guys are. And then if you have a way to find who these guys are, then what happens? Your customer acquisition costs come down because you're able to find them. And not only you're able to find them, you know how much they value your product. So it's going to be easier to sell to them because you're going to be able to implement a solid nurture program by which you take them, a series of logical steps that you're going to be able to say the right things at the right time and leveraging the product qualities that make sense to that customer persona. That's going to take them to take an action, which is buying in or installing in or subscribing to your product. That's about it, in a nutshell. So wrap up, and this is about the framework. Really easy marketing framework. Customer success is where everything starts. That informs acquisition, forms nurture, customer success, and you have a positive spiral. Nothing of this is new science. It's all there. It's all out there. Just, look it up. What's the hard thing? Implementing it. And it's hard to wanting to grow and focusing on customers, the customers you already have, rather than, trying to go out there and just hire more salespeople. Ultimately, why is this important? Because if you have a non-optimized growth engine, you're going to shoot for 1,000 leads, you're going to convert 400. You're going to have 400 sales ready, 200 are going to install your product, and this is, you get this customer lifetime value. If you have an optimized growth engine, you are not going to get as many leads, which is great. Why is less leads great? Because you spend less money trying to convert things that are never going to convert and that distract you, and you have loads of marketing costs. But you're going to convert better because you know your clients better, you know the opportunities better, you know what you're going to say better. So you have, when you get to this point, because it's more optimized, you have to have double customers. So that means that your customer lifetime value is a little bit higher, not because it is higher the value that you're willing to pay, but because your costs are lower. And this is what makes the customer lifetime value a little bit better, because the cost of acquisition is lower. So, optimized growth engine. As you grow, this is a process that it's a journey that never ends. You need to do this constantly. And the ocean is actually quite a good brain to think about it, because or a good cue, because it needs to be like that. That's your growth engine. Wrapping it up, how does this lead into better chances of investment? Because if you're able to demonstrate that you have a growth engine, I can say that I'm going to put $1 million in that, and I know that it's going to scale because you have an engine. If I put $1 million and you're going to hire salespeople, then it's not scalable. One thing we didn't touch upon, which is technology to make this happen, but it's a commodity almost these days. So there's loads of technology to make these things happen and to have full views of acquisition funnels and growth engines and all of that.